and welcome to the Lions Club TV special. My name is Ryan Dvorak. I'm one of the members of the Alberni Valley Lions Club, and today we're going to be talking to you all about our motto. Our motto is "We Serve." Part of what we're going to be looking at is a variety of the little bits and pieces of projects that the Alberni Valley Lions Club does that the public may not be totally aware of. One of our more exciting projects and part of our International Foundation's commitment is to vision. Now, how many of you knew that we hosted in Port Alberni the World Blind Golf Championship? Swinging one of these is hard enough when you have vision, okay? Trust me, I know, I golf. To be able to do it blind and completely visually impaired and to score the way our athletes have scored is absolutely impressive to me. Okay? As Lions, we're committed to assisting in vision. In 2013, we hosted the World Blind Golf Championship, and we've been hosting the Western Canada Blind Golf Championship for many years.
Spending a summer's day on the golf course is a singular pleasure for Doug Stoutley, a pleasure he's enjoyed for the better part of his life.
Ready? I started golfing when I was about 16, which is about 53 years ago. It was one of many sports I played before my vision started to fail.
Now, in case you missed that, Doug said he began to play golf before his vision started to fail. Because you see, Doug is a blind golfer, an athlete who has competed at the world level by relying on technique and a guide.
Well, you went the other way, Douglas.
Blind golf is a team game, and we have a sighted guide with us at all times on the course.
You're about 135 out.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Got a 4
I'm what we call a B3. I have about 8% vision. As I have discovered in the last 20 years is that, as they say, you don't have to see it to hit it.
Nor do you have to see to be competitive. This is a serious sport with serious athletes.
Absolutely. We have our own international handicap system. Categories from legal blindness at 10% of vision or less, right down to the totally blind. And those are the ones that are really impressive. And when we compete, it is very serious.
And some of the best blind golfers in the country competed in Port Alberni in 2013 when the Alberni Valley Lions hosted the Canadian Blind Golf Championships.
We have a passion within our club. We have Doug, who's visually impaired. We have another member, Rose Sarkani, who is visually and hearing impaired. So when we had the opportunity to bring it in, we said to the club members, is this something we want to do? Then they said, yes, we did.
We have 27 competitors from 6 provinces, 5 countries. We have the top 2 B1 golfers. We have the top 3 B2 lady golfers.
I mean, this is a huge event. And to have something like this and all these golfers from all over the world, various levels of degree of blindness, coming to Port Alberni, when there's all sorts of other places across Canada that could be, it's an honor.
An honor indeed. But for the man who is being the driving force behind this tournament, it's just a way of giving back to the sport he loves.
Blind golf has become a very, very big part of my life. I have had the opportunity to travel around the world. I have had the opportunity to meet some of the most amazing people you would ever want to meet, and it was life-changing.
The Lions Club continues to look for different ways to find money in the community and to help support our visually impaired residents of the Alberni Valley and outlying areas. One of the ways we've done that is through what we call our Supermarket Dash. In partnership with Buy Low Foods, we've been able to have a $500 shopping spree that has been a bit of a tradition in our club that has grown over the years. In 2015, we had our Vision is Your Vision Supermarket Dash, which raised a substantial amount of money to help support visually impaired people and programs in the Alberni Valley. One of the big things that we're working on doing as a club is vision screening for all of our elementary students. As a teacher, one of our problems that we face is that students come to school without an understanding that they have visual problems. So our club, in partnership with other clubs on the Vancouver Island, is working to purchase a vision screener that we will be able to use for decades to come in helping assess the eye health of our elementary students. And part of that effort is our fundraising campaign at our Supermarket Dash. So please come out and support us in the spring when you see us selling tickets in the yellow vests around Buy Low Foods.
Everybody goes grocery shopping. Peanut butter, milk, meat. But have you ever had to fill up your cart in just 5 minutes?
Never shopped that quickly before, but we racked her up in less than 5 minutes.
He had asked me, am I going fast enough? And I said, no.
And everybody's pushing and shoving, and it's just a whole idea is just for everyone to have a lot of fun.
Going fast enough? Pushing and shoving. Are we shopping in a supermarket or running with the bulls?
Well, I just won a $500 shopping spree through the Lions Club at Bilo Foods.
And it's been pretty exciting, and it was over so quick.
And so at their second annual supermarket dash, with help from the community, Rose Sarkany and the Alberni Valley Lions Club continue their campaign to raise awareness of people living with visual impairment.
The Running for Change campaign, the raffle that we've been doing for the last 6 weeks, come to the conclusion, and we're basically here to for the little bit of excitement to enjoy the guy winning $500 worth of groceries.
This goes towards, we have a vision committee here, and we have several projects on the go, and one of them will be supporting blind athletes.
And this is all made possible by the Alberni Valley Lions Club and the support they get from our community.
Without the community, the Lions really wouldn't exist. We rely, like so many other organisations here, specifically in Port Alberni, we do rely on the support we get from everybody, every individual member of this community. And really, we can't thank them enough because they do allow us to continue our work.
Hard work that comes from volunteers in our community dedicated to helping those less fortunate.
Our motto is "We serve," and that really says everything about us. And we're a very open, very welcoming organisation, and anybody who joins the Lions will not be disappointed, I can assure you of that.
If you want to support the Alberni Valley Lions Club by volunteering or by donation, it's as easy as giving them a call.
You know, it's always nice to win, but the main goal, I think, to support these guys. Are doing a lot of wonderful stuff for our community.
Well, we're here at the start and finish line of the Terry Fox Run that's hosted annually by the Alberni Valley Lions Club. And just like our Terry Fox Run this year, it's a little damp. So if you don't mind me, I'm going to put up an umbrella for this. Don't want to get a little too wet. Unlike the 102 runners that participated in our Terry Fox Run this year, in partnership with the Terry Fox Foundation of Canada, we've been able to raise a huge amount of money from the community of Port Alberni. And as Lions, we all know that cancer has touched every family in our community.
Jamie is a busy guy. Many know him from the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. But he's also well known for being an irresistible salesman.
You can't say no. It's just, it puts a smile on his face and you're like, yeah, okay, I gotta say yes now. So you always have to say yes. It's impossible to say no to Jamie.
And that gentle smile is irresistible. Jamie can't even walk into the grocery store without people supporting his cause.
Going to all the houses in town, streets I never even heard of in town, and streets I have heard of but never went down before.
And today is a big day for Jamie.
Every year he's come through and he's made a big donation, but this year it was outstanding. $3,670.01, done by one individual in Port Alberni. He's the only man I know who's ever met Terry Fox on the road.
And even though Jamie was just a little guy, his memory of Terry Fox still shines bright.
It was exciting. August 19th, 1980 in Wawa, Ontario. Just said good luck on the rest of the run.
But for Jamie, it's not only the inspiration from Terry Fox, it's also the community that fuels him to support this great cause.
The funds go to the Terry Fox Foundation, and out of every dollar, 83 cents goes back into cancer research. So we're very up high, we're very low in administration and high in getting money into research.
Jamie's fundraising efforts over the years total a whopping $9,456.
The Lions clubs in the entire world are highly committed to environmental sustainability and management. The Lions in 2012 planted over 5 million trees worldwide as part of the commitment from our international director. We do like to get our hands dirty. And down here at Dry Creek Park, the Lions put in well over 2,000 trees, not just here, but in other locations within Port Alberni, in partnership with School District 70, West Coast Aquatic, and other organizations within the valley. The commitment to plant trees is a commitment to the future of our community. These trees that you can see behind me will one day be towering giants, and this is going to be a wonderful place where we can walk our dogs, where we can come and look at fish, and it's yet another commitment from the Alberni Valley Lions Club to looking after the Alberni Valley we serve.
The Alberni Valley Lions Club are known for their bright yellow jackets, but since it's spring, they've decided to let their green thumbs take over.
The Lions worldwide have been into an initiative to plant trees this year, and the regional, or at least the national president, called for a plant, and so it all seemed to fit in. And in fact, he had hoped that Lions worldwide would plant 1 million trees this year, and the last count we heard, it was well over 5 million.
We asked around, and the people at the city and Green Max and other foresters types thought this would be a good place to do it, because we wanted to put quite a few trees now. We've got about 2,000 trees to go today, and this area needs some trees to help with the stream control, and it's just a good place to do it.
But planting nearly 2,000 trees in Dry Creek Park requires two things: lots of elbow grease and a little bit of planning.
The plan is to start by the stream bed, because near the areas by the stream is where the trees are needed most. And some of the trees that are in there that are maple trees, etc., are going to die off. So we want to plant enough trees that when those trees fall over, these evergreens will take over and give good needed shade and also help protect the stream bank. It feels great. It's lots of fun. You get a little technique. You put the shovel down and put the tree in and pat it down, and then you'll have a tree in the future.
We've got two kinds here. We've got cedars and we've got firs. We've got more cedars than firs because the cedars like this sort of an environment where it's a bit shady and a bit damp. This is a sort of a textbook area for this kind of a plant because of the nature of the area, that it's been left alone to grow and change and mature and over the years. So it's a gorgeous environment to have right central in a city like this.
Shadow is a special dog. He's loving and loyal, very well trained. And for Kayla Olick, he's a very best friend.
I've had Shadow since October, and I got him because of some of my doctors in Vancouver recommended that I get a Seizure Alert Dog.
That's right. Shadow is a working dog, specially trained to recognize the seizures Kayla has experienced since having a brain tumor removed in 2003.
She started about 4 months after the radiation finished. She has had all kinds. She's had the full body ones, the grand mal, and now lately they've been getting worse, like she's where you can't wake her up.
It's hard to even imagine how terrifying it would be for a mother to be unable to wake their child. So when they learned about Seizure Alert Dogs available from the Lions Foundation of Canada dog guides, they applied immediately.
Less than a year even, we found out that she's been accepted, and then we went down to Oakville. We were both sitting in the room there, and they brought Shadow in. And I was sitting by the door, she was sitting on the other end of the room. He went right past me and beeline for her. It's like he knew.
After watching Kayla and Shadow together, I have to agree, Shadow does know that he's needed. And his specialized training means that Kayla and her family can rest just a bit easier.
What is it, Shadow? What is it? What is it? He can get help when I'm having a seizure by either barking, like if I've fallen down and can't get up, or he can grab a phone and bring it to the nearest person to call 911.
Shadow can also press a Lifeline alert button or even warn Kayla before she has a seizure.
He lets me know anytime I'm going to have a seizure, so it's like it doesn't just come on unexpectedly like they used to.
Now, a guide dog with specific training like this would normally cost thousands of dollars, but Shadow was supplied by the Lions Foundation of Canada at absolutely no cost to Kayla.
They flew us out to Oakville. We stayed there for 3 weeks, and they fed us 3 meals a day, so what more can you ask? And they gave us a dog that would normally cost $20,000.
$20,000. It seems like a lot of money until you weigh in what Shadow has given to Kayla.
During the time I didn't have him, I had to be basically watched almost 24/7. Now I have independence and like a new friend.
It's made her come out a little bit more. Like, yeah. No, we have no worries now.
The Lions Foundation of Canada Dog Guides program supplies vision guides, hearing guides, special skill guides, autism assistance guides, as well as seizure response guides like Shadow.
Well, that's a fascinating story about Kayla Olick and her guide dog Shadow. It's one great example about how Lions clubs around the world can pool their resources internationally to help support people that we couldn't do as an individual club. A guide dog is tremendously expensive, not only to train, but to help bring and breed those guide dogs for the use of people like Kayla. So as the Alberni Valley Lions Club, we're extraordinarily happy and proud that we could help support her. Our next story is going to be looking at reflective signage. Now you can imagine these nice streets of Port Alberni, late at night, nice and dark, something goes wrong. What happens? Well, what we've been told by our emergency services people is that they drive around trying to find the house numbers. Unfortunately, most house numbers in Port Alberni are not reflective.
For emergency responders, every second counts, and lives may well depend on finding addresses quickly, something that can be a challenge after dark.
Well, ever since I've been involved in emergency services, which is dating back quite a few years now, not only do fire services, but animal services as well as police services are quite challenged in a lot of communities to find accurate addressing and visible addressing in many homes.
Which is why the Alberni Valley Lions Club hit upon the idea of selling reflective home addresses as a fundraiser.
That's very, very difficult if the first responders can't find your house. So we're putting out the signs which are highly reflective to encourage people so the first responders will be able to find them and to deal with the medical emergency in due time.
Well, I think it's great that any community group steps forward and really assists citizens in such an effort like this, in a project by which any group is making sure it's visible to help emergency services help others. It's a great project, and I think any kind of awareness we can bring to addressing helps out.
The reflective address signs will be sold at various locations during the next few months, raising money for the club whose motto is, "We serve."
All the money is going to come back into the community. As Lions, we don't keep anything, we just donate our time. A win-win for everybody. Win-win for the first responders, and it's win for you because they can find you quickly.
Here we are at the Port Alberni Youth Center. This is the new home for the 43rd annual Alberni Valley Lions TV auction. This year we have hundreds of items that have been donated by the generous business community of Port Alberni and individuals, all to help support our major fundraiser. This is an opportunity for us to put a lot of money into the Alberni Valley community and a chance for you to get some early Christmas presents. So ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, November 28th, join us for the 43rd annual Lions TV auction. Be generous, folks. Every dollar you spend goes right back into Port Alberni. We serve.